Hey guys, did you know you can make stunning home decor pieces using Dollar Tree supplies? Well, in today's video, I'm sharing 5 brand new high-end Dollar Tree DIYs that look like they came straight from a luxury home decor store, but cost just a fraction of the price to make. My name is Nora G and welcome to my nook. From designer-inspired wall art and beautiful textured accents to statement decor pieces that instantly elevate your space, each project is created to help your home look more expensive without spending a fortune. If you love home decor on a budget, easy DIYs, and finding creative ways to make Dollar Tree items look high-end, then you're in the right place. So grab your favorite drink, get inspired, and let's create 5 beautiful DIYs that prove you don't need a designer budget to achieve a designer home. Let's get to it. Let's kick things off with a statement wall decor piece that looks like it came straight from a high-end home decor boutique. For this project, I'll be using 8 of these 4x4 photo frames from Dollar Tree. After removing the glass inserts and the backing, don't throw anything away because we will actually be using the glass later in this DIY. These little frames come in a few different styles and colors, and one thing I love is that you can completely customize the look. You can use all matching frames for a more symmetrical modern design or mix the different styles together like I am doing here to create more texture, movement, and visual interest. That little detail makes the finished piece feel much more custom and designer inspired. Okay? Before gluing anything together, I always recommend doing a dry layout first. It only takes a minute, but it allows you to play around with the arrangement until everything feels balanced. I decided to arrange mine into one large square while leaving an opening right in the middle. That open center keeps the design feeling lighter and more architectural, which is something you often notice in expensive wall decor. Once I was happy with the layout, I carefully flipped everything over and started attaching the frames together using wood glue. One little trick I've learned over the years is to apply the glue first, then let it become slightly tacky for a few minutes before joining the pieces together. It creates a much more stronger bond. After pressing each section firmly together, you can use clamps if you have them, or simply place something heavy on top while everything cures. I let mine dry overnight, about 12 hours or so, to make sure it was nice and solid before moving on to our next step. The next day, once everything was completely dry, I gave the entire piece a good wipe down before spray painting it with a matte black finish. Now, if you don't have spray paint, don't worry, okay? Dollar Tree carries black acrylic paint and chalk paint works beautifully too. Use whatever you already have because this project will look gorgeous with either option. Once the paint dried, I flipped everything back over and reinserted each of the clear glass pieces, but this time without the paper inserts, okay? You don't need those for this. Be sure to clean each piece of glass really well before putting them back in because fingerprints tend to show once everything is assembled. Also add a dab of hot glue prior to inserting the glass inserts, since we will not be adding the wooden cover back onto the back of our piece, okay? Now it's the time for my favorite part, the embellishments. Yeah, so for this, I picked up 2 packs of these small silver plastic spoons from Dollar Tree. Believe it or not, these inexpensive spoons are about to become elegant floral accents. I simply snapped each spoon head off right at the neck. They break surprisingly easy, okay? So this step goes by pretty quickly. Next, I placed a sheet of parchment paper on my work surface. This is one of my favorite little crafting hacks because hot glue peels off easily once cool, making cleanup incredibly easy. You could also use a silicone mat if you have one. I added a small puddle of hot glue and arranged 5 spoon heads around it like flower petals. Just watch as I do this. To finish each flower, I glued a pearl right in the center, instantly transforming simple plastic spoons into beautiful designer-inspired floral embellishments. By the way, if this little organizer looks familiar, it is because I made it in one of my previous Dollar Tree DIY videos. like last week's video actually, using bamboo cutting boards. I absolutely love how it keeps all of my smaller embellishments organized while I'm crafting. If you missed that project, definitely go back and watch it after today's video because it has become one of my most used DIYs in my craft room. I repeated the process until I had 8 flowers all together, one for each frame. You could absolutely spray paint these flowers gold, champagne bronze, matte white, or even black for a completely different look. I decided to leave mine silver because I loved the contrast against the matte black frame. But if your home has a lighter aesthetic, painting the frame white and the flowers gold creates an absolutely stunning organic modern look. I attached one flower to the center of each glass square using hot glue. And just like that, our first DIY was complete. I honestly love how expensive this piece looks. The combination of the layered frame design, reflective glass, delicate floral details, and clean geometric shape gives it the appearance of something you could easily find at stores like Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel, or even restoration hardware, but for only a fraction of the price. This is one of those versatile pieces that works beautifully in so many spaces throughout your home. It is amazing what a few Dollar Tree supplies, a little creativity, and a bit of layering can turn into. If you love elegant home decor that looks designer but costs next to nothing, then you're going to love this next project because it is one of those DIYs that completely transforms a few simple Dollar Tree items into something that looks worthy of a luxury home. For this project, I picked up 5 of these small clear fish bowls from Dollar Tree along with 2 of these black candle holder stands. The very first thing I did was remove all the labels before giving both the fish bowls and candle holders a really good wipe down with a microfiber cloth. This step is actually more important than it seems because any fingerprints, dust, or residue trapped inside the glass will be much more noticeable once we add the gold leaf. I also made sure the inside of each fish bowl was completely clean and dry before moving on. Now comes the fun part. To give these an expensive artisan finish, I'll be using some gold leaf along with Mod Podge. Using a foam brush, I lightly dabbed small amounts of Mod Podge around the inside of each fish bowl. Don't overthink this step, guys. In fact, the more random your application is, the more natural and organic the finished design will look. You definitely don't need to be artistic here. Less really is more. Leaving plenty of clear glass exposed is what gives these pieces that high-end handcrafted look you often see in upscale home decor stores. Next, I carefully tore the gold leaf into random pieces before gently pressing it onto the areas where I'd applied the Mod Podge. I found it easiest to use my fingertips, but if your hands tend to be a little damp or a soft dry paintbrush works beautifully too. Gold leaf is incredibly delicate, so just take your time and let it fall naturally into place. The slight imperfections are actually what makes these look so realistic. Once all 5 bowls were finished, I set everything aside to dry overnight. The next day, I used the dry brush to lightly remove any loose pieces of gold leaf before wiping the inside of each bowl once more. At this point, the glass already looked beautiful. The soft scattered gold catches the light in such an elegant way, and every single bowl ends up looking slightly different, making them feel like a one-of-a-kind pieces. Now it was finally time to assemble everything. Using Gorilla Glue, I attached the fish bowls onto the black candle holders, making sure each one stayed perfectly upright while the glue cured. For the taller candle holder, I stacked 3 bowls, and for the shorter one, I stacked 2. I love creating pieces in different heights because it instantly gives your styling more dimension. Which actually brings me to today's word of the day, layering. The word of the day today is layering. One of the biggest differences between a beautifully styled home and one that feels unfinished is layering. Professional designers rarely decorate with single objects sitting by themselves, okay? Instead, they layer different heights, different textures, different finishes, and different shapes to create depth and visual interest. That is exactly why I designed these as a pair instead of making 2 identical pieces. The varying heights naturally draw your eye upward and create a much more expensive collected look. At this point, you could absolutely personalize this even further. You could place small figurines inside, add preserved moss, fairy lights, seasonal stems, tiny ornaments during Christmas, or even delicate faux greenery. But personally, I decided to leave mine empty. I really wanted that beautiful gold leaf pattern to remain the focal point, and I love how the clear glass allows light to pass through, making the gold shimmer from every angle. These are the kinds of pieces you'd expect to find in designer home decor stores with a pretty hefty price tag. You could even make these in different color combinations to match your home. That is what I love most about DIY. You get to create custom decor that's absolutely and perfectly suited to your own home instead of settling for what's available in stores. Now, this next project might just be the easiest DIY in today's video, but don't let the simplicity fool you because sometimes it is the smallest changes that make the biggest impact in a room. One thing I've learned over the years is that designer homes aren't always filled with expensive furniture. Most often than not, it is the layers of texture, warmth, and carefully chosen accessories that make a space feel more luxurious. And that is exactly what we're creating with this project. For this DIY, I picked up 2 of these small woven rugs from Dollar Tree. They actually come in a few different color combinations, but this black, cream, and warm brown pattern immediately caught my eye. The color palette feels rich, timeless, and works beautifully with so many decorating styles. To begin, I placed one rug face down with the wrong side facing up. Then I positioned the second rug directly on top with the wrong side facing down, making sure all 4 edges lined up as evenly as possible. Once everything was perfectly aligned, I used hot glue around the edges to attach the 2 rugs together. I started along the bottom and slowly worked my way around, leaving a small opening before sealing the final edge. That opening is important because we will need it to insert our pillow form. Now, if you own a sewing machine or enjoy sewing, you could absolutely stitch these together for an even stronger finish. I don't sew, so I really wanted to see how well hot glue would hold up, and honestly, I was pleasantly surprised. It worked incredibly well. The only downside, of course, is that it won't be machine washable, but for a decorative throw pillow that costs around $3 to make, I'd say that's a pretty good trade-off, okay? These rugs measure about 15 by 22 inches, which made them perfect size for the 10 by 18 inch pillow insert I already had at home. I simply slid the insert inside, added a little more hot glue to close the opening, and just like that, our custom designer inspired throw pillow was finished. And can we just take a moment to appreciate how expensive this looks? The woven texture, the fringe detailing, and the earthy color palette gives it such a beautiful boutique feel. This honestly reminds me of decorative pillows I've seen in stores for $30, $40, or even $50 each. No kidding. Now remember today's word of the day: layering. Throw pillows are one of the easiest ways to layer texture into a space. When you're styling your home, try mixing different fabrics like woven textiles, boucle, linen, velvet, or chunky knits. That combination instantly creates depth and makes your room feel more warm, cozy, and professionally designed. This pillow will look beautiful on a cream-colored sofa paired with solid neutral cushions. It would also be gorgeous on an accent chair in a reading nook, layered across a bed for a boutique hotel look, or even placed on an entryway bench to make your home feel more welcoming the moment someone walks through the door. Imagine making 4 or 5 of these for your patio sitting area. They tie everything together beautifully without spending a fortune. You could even customize the look by choosing different rug patterns depending on the season or your home's color palette. And that again is what I love most about DIY home decor. Instead of searching store after store hoping to find exactly what you want, you get to create pieces that fit your style perfectly. And the best part? No one will ever guess this beautiful high-end throw pillow started as two inexpensive Dollar Tree rugs. Sometimes the simplest DIYs end up making the biggest impact. Okay, if you're looking for one project that instantly makes your home feel more custom, more expensive, and more designer inspired, this might just be it. Large modern wall decor can easily cost well over $200 in stores, sometimes even $400 or $500 depending on where you shop. So naturally, I wanted to challenge myself to recreate that same luxury look using affordable Dollar Tree supplies. For this project, I picked up 8 packs of these silver square bowls from Dollar Tree. Each pack comes with 4 bowls, but for this DIY, I'll be using 35 of them. I also grabbed one 20 by 30 inch foam board. The first thing I did was trim the foam board down to size. I removed 2 inches from the 30 inch side and 3 inches from the 20 inch side, leaving me with a finished foam board measuring approximately 17 by 28 inches. Before attaching anything to the front, I glued a length of jute cord to the back so this piece would be ready to hang once it was complete. Next came one of the most important steps, the layout. I always recommend dry fitting your pieces before reaching for the glue. It gives you the opportunity to adjust spacing, balance the design, and make sure everything is perfectly aligned. Once I was happy with the arrangement, I began attaching each bowl to the foam board using hot glue. I worked one row at a time until all 35 bowls were securely attached. Already at this stage, I loved how the reflective surfaces was creating movement and dimension. One of my favorite things about this design is that it doesn't look flat. As the light hits it from different angles throughout the day, the reflections constantly change, giving the artwork a sculptural quality. But I wasn't finished yet. To add another layer of interest, I picked up a package of ping pong balls. I spray painted 25 of them gold and allowed them to dry completely. Now, technically, you could place one inside every single bowl, okay? But personally, I thought that would introduce just a little too much gold, which is fine for some, but for this particular project, I felt that since the silver bowls are already highly reflective, I wanted the gold to feel intentional rather than overwhelming. So instead, I glued one gold ping pong ball into every other square. That alternating pattern gives your eyes somewhere to rest while creating a beautiful rhythm across the entire piece. It also helps the silver remain the star while allowing those little touches of gold to elevate the design. Remember again the word of the day for today, layering. This project is another perfect example of layering in design. All of those little details work together to create a piece that feels rich, balanced, and intentionally designed. Well guys, if you enjoyed these 5 new high-end Dollar Tree DIY luxury home decor on a budget, do let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. I would love if you can give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment, share, hype, and subscribe to Nora G's Nook for more fun DIYs. And hey, in the meantime, always remember, your space doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to feel like you. Until next time, stay creative, stay inspired, and keep making your home beautiful on a budget.